and drink the race in all its colour. How did James McDonald and his mighty mare do it?
Yeah, a fitting farewell, Nige. He held his nerve beautifully. She looked to be under pressure on the turn when Treasure the Moment kicked, but like a true champion, she responded. And then Buckaroo launched that in late, but she just fought him off. She wouldn't let him have it, and a fitting tribute and a fitting farewell to the Valley as we know it.
Bossy, it was obliteration last year. It was guts and determination this year.
Yeah, I mean, for me, Nigel, that was the epitome of determination. That mare, when Buckaroo levelled up to her, you just seen her just grit her teeth and she actually wanted it more than he did. And now J-Mac joins the elite, you know, and what a great memory, the lasting memory of that race. It just had everything.
And 4 in a row for James McDonald, 6 of the last 10 for Chris Waller. Our resident trainers on staff in Amy Argy and Charlotte Littlefield, we're in awe, but you've got the intel and the understanding how Chris Waller gets his horses to peak for grand finals like nobody else.
Well, I don't know, because if I knew, I'd do it myself. He's an absolute champion trainer. What an unbelievable performance today. What a mare. I think every person here, the roar of the crowd, I'll never forget this moment. It was truly special to be a part of it. When Buckaroo came at her, just like you said, Bossy, she had to fight. Last year she won so dominantly. This year she really had to dig deep and empty the tank like only champions do, and what a great way to go out here.
It's definitely very fitting, wasn't it? But I think the pinnacle moment for me was when J-Mac had to ask if he'd won it again. It was, reminiscent of when he won on Romantic Warrior as well, and it was a bit of a pinch me moment having to tell J-Mac that he had won his 4th Cox Plate, but I tell you what, the reaction he gave me when he did, it was something very special, and each win has brought a different emotion for J-Mac, and yeah, I think it probably won't sink in for a while, but he's going to need a bigger mantelpiece, isn't he?
He's running out and need a new house. Can probably afford one too. Benny, Quinny, from a form perspective, as we review the Cox Plate, the Memsey at the beginning of the Melbourne Spring, a terrific pointer with Treasure the Moment and Buckaroo 1st and 3rd at Caulfield back in late August, running 2nd and 3rd, and I thought Treasure the Moment was enormous in the circumstances.
She was. It was great to see her back to something like her best today, Quinny. She was really brave, but look, from a form and just from an atmosphere perspective, it was terrific to see Via kick, and look, I think for the send-off to the Valley, to send all these punters, the majority home happy, it was a fitting result.
Yeah, 2 heavily backed favourites ending the program by winning in different manners as well was absolutely sensational. But I think a final highlight was the fact Glenn Boss just said with a little smirk, joins the elite with 4 Cox Plates. So don't think I didn't notice that. There's no room for fake modesty here, Bossy. So you're going to let J-Mac into the club, are you?
Oh, J-Mac's in the club and he'll surpass everyone. Don't worry about it. He's going to set goals and set bars that people will dream to get to.
I reckon in 10 years' time, there'll be 400,000 people, though, claiming they were here today. It was such a magical day, and those that were smart enough to get trackside will never forget it.
And there might be 4 in next year's Ladbrokes Cox Plate TVC ahead of the 2026 edition down the road at Flemington. Olivia Cold and Britt Taylor have been crucial pieces of our Cox Plate Day broadcast, and we find them at the 100-metre mark, where I imagine things are starting to get raucous, maybe not quite to the level of horses a little bit earlier on, Liv.
That was quite amazing, wasn't it, when we heard horses earlier on today? But what's about to happen just behind us, Liv? They've taken the running rail down, and I think everybody's going to come out and get a little bit of the Moonee Valley turf.
Yeah, everyone wants to take home a little bit of history of this place, and they're eager to get on. They're shouting a few things at us now, but what a way to say farewell to this magnificent track that's been so good to us. And I reckon this edition of the Cox Plate is the perfect way to say goodbye. Just speaking to some of the racegoers as I wandered down the track here, they've said exactly the same, and what a treat it is to be able to be here trackside, looking on over the Melbourne skyline, reminiscing about everything this wonderful place has done for us. It's enough to bring a tear to the eye, but the party will continue for sure now.
It will, no doubt, everybody here to toast the Valley. The drinks will flow into the night, and I think the perfect end to an incredible chapter of the circuit as we know it, because this is a champion's race, and today a champion won it in Via Sistina. I don't know if we should be staying out here. We might need to duck for cover here.
We might be trampled on, but there's going to be some Australian anthems, and I've been here long enough now. I know them. I'm going to be singing them loudly and proudly.
Oh, considering her an Aussie, Nige, look out.
Yeah, time to put the passport in the bin, Liv. If you'll go to local footy on a Saturday afternoon, you are very much an Australian. And haven't they got it right, the Valley, Ollie, running this race as the final event, the mic drop for the Valley in its current form? James McDonald's only making his way from the presentation back to the jockey's room now, half an hour after the start of the race. It's sort of akin to the 30 minutes after an AFL Grand Final where the winners can really take in the atmosphere of success.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they couldn't have it any other way. The last race in the Valley as we know it, and, you know, what a way to end it with the champion getting the nod, fighting off one bravely stablemate, and, you know, it couldn't have been a better finish to the great racetrack as we know it.
Team, super job. I know you've all got your shovels and buckets and wheelbarrows in the car to try and dig up some of this Valley turf. I think I'll speak on behalf of our team. The man who's behind the camera right now, Lee Turner, who is one of the best I've had the pleasure of working with in sports broadcasting, is bidding us farewell this afternoon. He's been an amazing part of our team, and the pictures that you get to enjoy on racing.com have largely been through his lens and skills. So we wish Lee all the best in what lies ahead, and I'm sure he's not going to be lost to racing sport and hopefully our screens as well. What an amazing afternoon it's been here at the Valley. What a way to finish up this amazing, magical place in its current form, and we'll be back here in 2 years' time looking towards the city ahead of Cox Plate 107. The band, the Aussie Rock Collective, are striking up. It's party time for us.
Champagne time.
There's more fun coming. We'll see you next week for a little thing called the Melbourne Cup Carnival.